All right, this is going to be a quick introductory demo of the 2001 Safari Cheetah that I have and rent out to horse shows here in the Tucson area. This is a 36-foot motorhome, and as I said, it's a 2001, so it has some bumps and bruises, like right there, poor little thing. And it has this fantastic mural on the back. It'll be easy for you to tell your friends where you are. It has all these amazing cats, and I think that little butterfly there is a nice touch, don't you? Here is the driver's side. This is where the slides are. There's a small slide for the bedroom, a larger slide for the living room. It's obviously just at my house right now, so I do have it plugged into power, but it's just plugged into 110. It will be plugged into probably 50 amp. Where you are, or possibly 30 amp. You only need 50 amp if you're going to run both the AC units. Otherwise, the 30 amp is sufficient for normal things. Here is where the water, city water, and the sewer will be hooked up. It's pretty simple. You won't need to do anything. This will all be hooked up before. The one thing I will say is that sometimes the water pressure at the fairgrounds is pretty significant, and it sometimes leaks water at the spigot. So my recommendation would be that if you know you're not going to be in the motorhome all day long, is to just turn it off so it doesn't create a huge puddle. I have a really good hose, but sometimes that's not good enough. So if you notice that it seems to be leaking and creating a lake, just turn the water off during the day. There it says Cheetah on the front, so no chance you're going to lose it. So here you've got what they call a basement. You've got two compartments. You just push the button here and it pops out and comes up. And there's a carpet in there that I will put out for you. But if you need to put any dirty, muddy boots or anything that you just don't want to come into the RV that's safe out here, that's a good place to store things so you don't have to take them inside. Okay, let's go inside. All right, this is the living and the kitchen area here. It's pretty nice and open. It is an older RV, so it has a few bumps and bruises and quirks, but for the most part, it's super comfy. You'll be able to pull that curtain all the way around if you want more privacy, but right now I'm just letting a little bit of sunshine in. So both of the driver's seat and the passenger seat can turn if you want them to sort of face toward the living area. I've got the driver's seat turned, but I did not turn this one because that's really kind of a nice place to just sit and put your shoes on before you head out for the day. We've got some controls up here. Most of them aren't going to be important to you because it will all be set up already. But the one thing I do want to mention here is the hot water heater. So when you turn the hot water heater on, the light comes on, and as soon as it catches, that light will go off. It will be set up for you, of course, but the reason I'm mentioning it is if it's very windy and the pilot light gets blown out in the middle of the night, see, there you go, and you can actually hear it, the propane going. If you came out in the morning and this light was illuminated, it means your pilot light's out. So you would just turn it off and back on again, and it would do the exact same thing that it just did. It would be on for a little bit, and then the light would go out, and you know that you're going to have hot water, which is sometimes sort of nice. I won't need the water pump because you'll be on city water. Really, the only thing that might be important here is this light that says ceiling. When you first walk in the door, if you flip that switch, it turns this big light on right here. And sometimes in the dark, it's nice to not have to be stumbling around without light. So you might want to use that one. Otherwise, all the other lights you just turn on at the source. All right, so this couch is a jackknife bed, and I'll show you how to do that a little bit later. I have to put the phone down in order to do that. Got a little rocking chair here. There are outlets around. The outlet for the kitchen is actually up there. So if you want to plug your toaster in or your coffee maker in, that's where you would do it. Here's your stovetop, and it automatically lights. You don't need a lighter for it. You just turn it to light and on it comes. So you don't have to use a match for that. Microwave is up here. The one quirky thing about the microwave is that the LED screen does not work, but it is a perfectly working microwave. I always just hit the clear button a couple times to make sure somebody didn't pull something out before it was finished. And then you just put your time in, 10 seconds, hit start, and it runs like a regular microwave, except you'll see that it's sort of struggling there. Okay, clear. You've got a hood light, and you've got a hood fan if you're cooking. And here underneath the refrigerator, these are all RV drawers. You kind of have to pick them up before you pull them out. They're designed so they don't come flying out while you're heading down the highway. There's a teapot, there's a big bowl, there's a small saucepan, there's a small skillet. So any of those things, feel free to use. As far as dishware goes, I have both disposable, if you don't like to do dishes, or there's a set of non-disposable of everything. So you've got some cups up here, you've got wine glasses, must have those. And then there's a warm beverage cup here that you're welcome to use. There's also sugar back there, there's salt and pepper, there are the filters for the coffee maker, there's some tea and miscellaneous stuff. There's a measuring cup and some things in there. And then here are the regular washable plates and bowls. But if you want to just not have to deal with that, there are also paper plates, napkins, disposable bowls, lots of disposable cups, and I even have the warm beverage cups up here too. So whatever you prefer. And then down below the sink, we've got some Windex, some dish soap. There are trash bags back there, extra spoons and forks, the plastic kind, although there are more in the drawer. I'll show you in just a moment. You got a scrubber brush, an extra paper towel roll, and the garbage down here. So here in the drawer, you've got your knives, spoons, forks, you've got your wine opener. Can't survive without that. Can opener, scissors, spatula, a cutting knife, the sorts of things that might be useful. And then there are some more cooking things. There's a cutting board, hot pad holder, and some more tools of the trade if you really feel like cooking. Most people don't, but that is there if you need it. Okay, here we have room for your food right here in this cupboard. The cupboard below is filled with odds and ends that you are welcome to use. Alarm clocks, I guess people don't use those anymore because you've got your phone. First aid kit, bug spray, duct tape, the little broom is down there. If there's a mess that needs to be cleaned up, there's even a pack of cards. You can play solitaire if you're super bored. All right, the dinette is just a standard dinette that drops down into a bed if you need that. Push this, swing the leg, and it comes out from the wall and then drops down on top here, and all the cushions slide in. And then, of course, the jackknife bed that I'll show you in a little bit. There's some storage up here. There are placemats if you're a placemat person. That one's empty. You can put things in there. Okay. All right. Nice big fridge and freezer that's separate, so your freezer stuff would actually freeze. It'll be set to be on electric and not gas, so you don't use up your gas because you might need it to keep you warm. All right, we're going into the bedroom and the bathroom. So you've got a nice big closet here in the back. Hello. I've moved all of my things that I just store in here, my horse show things, over on the right side. So the left side is empty. There are even some hangers in there, and there's storage space there. You're welcome to use. All of these drawers are empty. You're welcome to use any of those. So there's your bed, and there are lights you can turn on right there beside the bed. And then here's the bathroom area. It's got a pretty good sized shower, but I know they have showers at the fairgrounds as well if you don't like whacking your elbows on the walls. Little medicine cabinet here. Again, there are little odds and ends in here. Aspirin, sunscreen, body lotion, just random things, and you're welcome to any of those if you need them in an emergency. Also down below the sink, there's a bag of specific to rider injury things, the really big Band-Aids, gauze, bag balm, all sorts of things in there. If you need any of that, you're more than welcome to it. Hair dryer, there's another garbage here. All right, and then here we have the linen closet, all kinds of blankets. If it's cold, you want extra blankets. Also, all the towels, hand towels are in there, and there is a fire extinguisher in there too. Hopefully, you're not going to be needing that. Down below is a washing machine. Please don't use that. I think the pack rats chewed through a hose, and the last time someone tried to use it, it flooded the motorhome, which is why there is nice new carpet back here. The carpet up front is less nice, and I have those little throw rugs down, so don't worry about messing up the carpet. You really can't. Here's the bathroom. It is private. It's got its own little door. There's spare toilet paper back here, and it works just with this handle right here. So if someone else happens to be staying in the motorhome and you want privacy in the bedroom, there are two ways to do that. There's an easy little latch here with a sliding door that will give you privacy. The one problem with that, however, is that if somebody needs to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, they can't get to the bathroom. So there is a secondary little accordion wall right here, and it just runs on a track, and you can just slide it out and over, and it gives the person in the bed a little bit of privacy. Okay, so let's talk about the jackknife couch. So first of all, there's an ottoman here that has two functions. One, it opens up, and the sheets that are specifically made for this odd-sized bed and a blanket are in here. So that's an easy place to store them. But secondly, both the jackknife couch and the dinette, when they drop down, they're really only about 5 feet long. They're made probably primarily for children. So if you happen to be an adult who's sleeping out here who's taller than 5 feet, it's a little bit of a squish. So this ottoman happens to be almost the same height as the couch, and when you pull it out, if you lay on a diagonal and put the ottoman down at your feet, it gives you a place to put your feet if you're taller than 5 feet so that you're not so uncomfortable. Okay, so that's that. So to pull the jackknife couch out is very simple. It's much easier than dropping down the dinette. So if you only have one other person, this would be the better way to go. So you just reach underneath the seat, pull it straight up, and then it comes out. Ta-da, very easy. Now there's a groove right here, and I have a piece that goes in there that I'll show you in just a moment. Putting it away takes just a tiny bit more effort. You lift it up, but then you have to kind of bump it with your thighs a little bit, and then it will go into place. You put your little ottoman back, you're good to go in the morning. So let's go back here to the linen closet. So up here on the top, there's this foam piece, and it has this little groove filler. So you just pull that out if you're going to use that couch, and you lay that in the groove before you put the sheets on, and it'll make that nice and comfy. Okay, let's talk about the heating and cooling system for a moment. You have two places where you can have heat and AC. One is here in the bedroom, just underneath this completely obsolete RCI TV. Don't even know if that works. So you can have heat and cold that's specifically geared toward the bedroom. And then the main living area controls are right here at the kitchen. So all you have to do is decide whether you want AC up on cool or heat down on furnace. Certainly at nighttime, you're going to want the furnace on, and you probably aren't going to be in here much during the day, so you might just turn it off during the day unless it's really cold, and then leave it on the furnace and it'll keep it warm in here. But so you would push it to the furnace, set your temperature here. If I want it to kick on, I'll push it up and then it will come on magically. Actually, it's pretty hot in here, so there we go. Okay, you heard it kick on. It does have a little bit of a whine. I'm sorry, it's under there. I've whacked it every way from Sunday and can't get it to stop doing that, so there's not anything I can do to make that less whiny. I'm sorry. So, if you want it to be 70 degrees, just set it at 70 and leave, and it'll keep it that temperature all during the day. When you turn it off, it takes it a couple minutes to go off, so don't be alarmed that it doesn't go off right away. It's a little bit slow. So while that is thinking about turning off, you've got a smoke detector here. There's also one in the bedroom, and I've tested both of them. They're both working. And then your carbon monoxide tester is right down here, and it's been tested as well. We know that that works. Let's see, anything else? There's one large fluorescent light here in the kitchen, and the switch for that is right here. So that's a really easy way to really light up the room. Otherwise, it's several different individual lights, and they're all over the place. There's one here under the kitchen. So you've got lots of options there. Okay, it finally turned off. So one of the other things that you have here is you just have a fan if you want some air to blow around, and that's this unit that's up on the ceiling. There's also one in the bedroom, and you can put it on high or low, and that'll just move some air around. So there are two sets of keys. This is the set of keys that opens all the miscellaneous things on the exterior. You should not need any of those, but I'm going to leave them there just in case. You could call me if there was an emergency or you needed to get to something, or if you want to lock up the basement. One of these little keys, probably this gold one, will lock that basement if you need to put something in there that's valuable. Mostly the keys that you'll be concerned about are these, and I've put them on a carabiner so you can hook them on your belt loop if that's convenient. The big giant one is the ignition, so you won't be needing that one, but this is the one that locks it up, and you will be needing that one. There are two locks, and the one that I found is the easiest is the deadbolt lock. So you've got a lock here, but this is the one that I would use. That's the easiest one. And I'm going to leave these keys in the basement. Yeah, and I always just double check to see if I actually got it locked, and I did. These will be in the basement over here, because if I'm not there when you arrive, you just push that button, open this up, and I'll just put them in the corner there, so just reach in and find them. Okay, so that should be everything. If you need to get a hold of me, please just give me a call. I'm about 45 minutes away, but if there's any problem, I will come right on over and take care of it for you. Hopefully there won't be. My number is 907-360-1100, and I hope you have a fantastic stay.